comes in. If they've made a high PSAT score, they're likely already getting information. Throw out what you're not interested in, but by all means, look. I try to tell the kids it's really a good idea to have that school that you can get in and it's not a problem. You got that one in your back pocket. So everybody apply to tech. You got her done, and then think about, well, there's always a possibility that you could maybe get up some kind of a scholarship. Well, is that possible? And then a dream school. You never do know. I had a student one time, and she kind of fooled around and got to March or so, and the school she thought she wanted to go to, she went and visited them in the senior year. And I know you've got some college days. You don't want them to miss school. They don't need to miss school. That will absolutely bury them. I'm watching kids right now just suffering through trying to make up those days that they miss. So don't use college days if you don't need to. Now they think that should just take the last 2 weeks off, but and well, they kind of are anyway. But ideally, go look at those colleges. And she had not done that till like over Christmas or something, and she didn't like either one that she thought she was going to apply to. And she sat down with me and she was crying, and she said, "I don't know what to do." And she was like number 3 in the class. And I said, "Well, if money was no object and getting in is no object, where would you go?" And she said, "I just loved William and Mary when we went up there and saw that on the Washington trip." And I said, "Well, apply." She says, "It's too late." I said, "All they can say is no." She went to William and Mary. Now, she didn't get a scholarship, way too late for that, but she got in. And so the sooner you start that process, the better. Recommendation letters. The kids are going to need recommendation letters generally for scholarships for getting into some colleges. They probably wouldn't need one necessarily to get into South Plains, may not even need one to get into tech, but they're liable to need these. There's several things that they need to do on that. You don't walk in my classroom the day you need it and say, "Can I get a letter of recommendation by 4 o'clock?" That will be a no. They've gotten where they really took advantage. And so I require at least a week's notice, or I charge them. And so, yeah, I'll do it today for $25. And that's where I am. If I've got to stop everything, because it takes me no less than an hour, generally more, because I write very personal letters. I expect my letters to get them into the college they want and to get them the scholarship that they want. I've sent them to Harvard. I've sent them everywhere. So I don't just sit down. I don't have a form letter. If I had a form letter, it'd be easy. But they've got to give me some time. They've got to give me an inside address. It is a business letter. Why do you need the address? I'm going to send it with my stuff. I don't care. The inside address is how you write a business letter. And so they're going to have to work with me on that. And let me say, I really will. If something happens and there's some scholarship and you really need it in 2 days, we'll turn that thing out. We'll get you what you need for $25. But there it is, because I really will have to drop everything to stop and do that letter. I had to do that for Mr. Pruitt. It turned out that his daughter was a national merit finalist, and he came walking in my room one day and his eyes were huge, and he said, "I need a letter and I can't write it." And I said, "When do you need it?" He said, "By 11. I said, "Can you get me a sub?" "Yes." So he got me a sub, and I wrote a letter like really fast. So just work with us on that. Again, the college days and things like that, we need to be real careful. I know that don't plan family vacations during the year. I'm just telling you, my requirement, and the kids are most of the kids, everybody but regular English, they're going to have me for English next year. I have honors, I have all the dual credit, and the AP. I've got them all, but the regular, and that's just because we couldn't fit it into my schedule, or I'd have them all. And my rule of thumb in English is, if I said it, it's testable material, and if you're not here, it's not my problem. And so if the stupid camera doesn't work that day or something, then they're just up creek. And I have been known to put some stupid joke I said just to see if they were paying attention. They start talking, I just start talking like this. And when they get through talking, I say, "Oh, by the way, that was 3 test questions." "Oh my gosh!" And they go all crazy. But I keep their attention. I move fast, and it's all testable material. I'm going to push them, and I'm going to push them hard. Most of them are going to be in college. I expect them to act like college students and to do college work. Okay, y'all got really, really quiet there. Do you have any questions a little bit of me about this changeover of English thing that we're doing? Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any recommendations for dual credit versus AP?
I think what we're going to do with seniors is we're going to put them in dual credit and AP. And this, what we're going to have this year, and I talked to Brenda about this the other day. Now, don't panic, okay? But seniors have got a different curriculum than juniors right now. They're not coming in having read the same works. And so what we'd like to do is make senior this year dual credit AP. It's not going to hurt them any. It's going to be the same curriculum I would have taught them. And for $85 of taking the AP test, and unless they came up with a plan, they literally, if they passed that test, could have accomplished 12 hours of college. And so and then the juniors will have the chance to take sophomore college the next year. They will get straight dual credit. And I will do some different works. They haven't had Gatsby and Scarlet Letter and some of those, and so I will give them that in the junior year, and I'll hit them with Frankenstein and Wuthering Heights and the fun stuff in the 2301, 2302. So your kiddos will still have a shot here at a 12 hours of college credit, and some will get there. Some might get 9. If they get a 3 on that test, they may get 3 hours and not 6. But why would we not try? We have nothing to lose. And your kids will be the last ones to get any AP English. We're going to phase that out. I think, Gina, you wanted to do this years and years ago. We're now doing what you told us to do long ago. She kept saying, why are we doing AP and not dual credit, when with dual credit, the whole class gets college credit, and with AP, the 5 who passed the test do. And she, she was rolling her eyes like, I was out of my mind. And so we've now come around to your great wisdom. So again, the kids will all come out of that with 6 hours with their freshman English for sure, if they pass. And I'm assuming that they will, because I pretty much, I pick them up like wriggling puppies and throw them in a sack over my shoulder and carry them across the finish line if I've got to. And I've got a few this year I'm dragging across the finish line. Talking to Mother every day. We'll get him there. Trust me. He may bleed, but we're going to get him there. Yes.
One more question about that. How many schools accept dual credit?
Most of them, certainly in Texas. We do know that OU does not take this dual credit from South Plains. However, there was a way around that. Like if you registered at South Plains and took one summer class and then transferred to Tech, then they would not know it, and it would come from Tech and they would take it. So, sneaky. Okay, there it is. But I think I doubt that Harvard would take it, or Stanford, But really and truly, most of the colleges our kiddos are going to go to, and we do have one in Harvard. I'm not saying we don't, but I think it's going to go most of the places you want to. Now, if you've already gotten planned, you want your child to go to Fresno State, and I would call them in California and see if they'll take it. Regardless, I would take the strongest class you could take. They will be more ready for college English, whether they get any credit or not. There will certainly be a marked difference between the college classes and the honors class, which is high school. I'm going to teach the high school class like high school. I'm going to teach the college classes like college. And my what I found is my expectations are very high, and bless their little hearts, I love them and they love me, and so if I ask them to leap tall buildings at a single bound, they just do it. It works real well. So.
And just for the record, those of you whose kids are going to be in honors, it is still an excellent.
Yeah.
None of my kids, whether it's honors or anything else, have gone to college and struggled in the least with English.
Yeah, we work real hard. We've got a real good English department coming all the way up. I think they start research papers at about 5th grade, and by the time we turn them out, our kiddos, I just don't know anyone that goes to college that has a problem with English. If they take some, that it's just not a problem, and most of them clep out or something. And so we push them hard, but honestly, they have a lot of fun in there too. We got a senior toy box, and they bring donuts. And, we play as hard as we work. Okay, is that all I was supposed to talk about?
I'm going to do 12 since you've already done part of it.
12. Academics. Oh, I'm supposed to discuss deficiencies, extra credit. I do offer extra credit, and the kids love that. And sometimes it's just going to see a Christian movie or a movie that we're going to see here. This year I did Sunday afternoon extra credit movies every 6 weeks. Well, only one or two of them had seen Les Mis, and I showed it one Sunday afternoon, and Parker came and said, "That's the best movie I've ever seen." Of course, it's really old, and I just said, "I know," and so they're required to be here from 2 to 5, and we discuss it at the end. And sometimes it's a movie that I'm trying to help them learn some discernment, and say, "What's wrong with this movie?" "Nothing. It's a great movie." There's really a problem here. And help them begin to see that and start having some discernment. They're very visual, entertainment-oriented little persons. Well, they're really quite large persons, but, and really, me trying to give tallies doesn't work real well. Okay, Vlad, at 6'6", here's a tally for not shaving. It just loses something in the process. I don't know. They just kind of, whoa, Ms. Garrett, and walk off. I don't know. So I do offer that. I do let them correct grammar. That will help. So if they get back a 0 in grammar or something, don't panic. They'll be correcting that, whether they want to or not. So I really am in their corner, and I think they get comfortable with that. Even though I keep them a little tense with tests and papers and what have you. They know I'm not going to drop them. Unless they're not trying, then I don't care. No, that's not really true. but I really do. I really will push them to do well with that. I don't think that they, most of them are making it through, and we have a great carrot out there. Actually, with the AP classes, they will not take any finals, since they're working toward this one big test. The other dual credit classes, senior classes, if they're in honors or in regular, if they make an A average the first semester, they don't have to take a final. They've got a B average the second semester. They don't. Boy, you ought to see them fighting to be sure that they've got to that 80. They don't want to take any finals. And so I'm giving a few finals on Monday. I think 8 out of the whole group. And that's, some of them are Bible and some of them are English. So Bible next year for your kiddos. We're real excited about what we're going to do. Tyler and Neil will teach them Summit Ministries. I was real sad about losing it, and then I felt like the Lord gave me great insight. He said, "You've not been putting a lot of Bible into English because you had them for Bible. It's time to put a little Bible in English." And so they're going to get Bible from me. Okay, I'll throw plenty in. So honestly, and we just as a school, our kiddos cannot go into this world, these colleges, without understanding, having a real solid Christian worldview. We're hearing stories that will chill your blood. But most of the stories just make me want to start a college here. Don't let them go anywhere. But we need them real grounded. It's real critical. I think it's life and death. And so Tyler has been to this training. They'll all have their big old book, and there'll be parts of it they like, parts they're less interested in, but it doesn't matter. They must have a worldview, and it's got to be in every area. So we feel real committed to what we're doing, and they're not going to miss Bible with me, I promise you. Now, yes.
With this curriculum on the Summit, does that sort of in the summer?
I wouldn't. I'd still go to Summit. It is just they just would be so much more grounded and ready to get more. To me, it just opens you up to get more. If you go to Summit cold turkey, then it's just like being under a tsunami, And if they went with a little bit of this under their belt, they would go in with so much more foundation. I think that's real important. Let me just go ahead and plug Summit right now. Summit Ministries is a 2-week summer camp type of thing in Colorado right after graduation. how do I say this without sounding